The mega ship Ever Given is finally free from Suez Canal, but this has come down to a new controversy, or rather a speculation. You see a picture over here. I'm going to talk about this and let you know what is true and what is false. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As a navigator, I have learned many things from this Suez Canal accident, and I recently discovered a simulation of the entire thing. So let's rewind what had happened and then continue further. Check it out. 23rd March, Suez Canal. This is the exact track before the entrance into the Suez Canal, and then Ever Given goes ahead, finally gets wedged between the channel. Another top view. So if you're curious as to what happened exactly, then you can tap on this icon, watch the video, come back here and continue this. It took 6 days for Ever Given to refloat again. Multiple tugs, dredgers, and thanks to high tide that day, she was back to sailing for not very long. She is now anchored in Great Bitter Lake, as I had shown you where it is located. This is Great Bitter Lake, where already there are several ships which are at anchorage. Guys, now we'll be entering the Great Bitter Lake, just starting over here. You can see all anchored bulk carriers over here. Fun fact, back in 1967 there were like 15 ships which got stranded here due to this war in Egypt, and they were here for 8 years guys, and it was manned by 8 years, and that was somewhere here guys. Now let me show you a few clips from the day of the rescue, thanks to Suez Canal Authority. Let's go. Spectacular visuals of Ever Given once it was refloated. Finally, after 6 days, 24 hours work by dredgers, tugs, bulldozers, excavators, so many authorities involved, she is free but anchored. Start of a new series of investigations. No one knows how much time it will take for Ever Given to start her voyage back again. There's going to be a series of investigations and surveys, especially by the Port State Control of Suez Canal, which will check the seaworthiness of the vessel. No ship is allowed to sail unless she has been approved for the seaworthiness, and the company and the Suez Canal Authority have to come to a mutual agreement, because there has been a big loss of money for the Suez Canal and Egypt in general. Most of the economy of Egypt runs on the Suez Canal tariffs. So many ships have been blocked, the trade entirely has stopped, which has caused loss of millions or perhaps billions of dollars. And I had made a video that we had to, like, the company has to pay $500,000 per transit. So the video will be somewhere if you want to check it out. So it's going to take a while. This is a time lapse provided by Vessel Finder of the successful reflotation of Ever Given. She is now transiting the northbound channel, escorted by multiple tugs. Her propeller and rudder were fine, so she did not need a tow. She would then be entering the Great Bitter Lake, as you see over here. In the Great Bitter Lake, she would drop anchor for further investigations and surveys. Coming back to the main point, this picture. Yes, I know it looks funny, it is funny, but it is actually not what you think it is. So let's talk about a point which I read, something known as hacking of the navigation system, which is technically not possible during port arrival or departures. When a ship is entering a port or exiting, she's in a mode known as a standby mode, where everything is manual. There's a helmsman on the bridge with the captain and the duty officer and the pilot, as you have seen earlier in my videos. These are the Elbe River Passage pilots.
Yeah, then they come, hard to port.
Hard to port. On the wheel, heading 182. Pilot, new man on the wheel, heading 182.
So there is no chance at that time Ever Given was being controlled, or rather being hacked by someone from the shore. So let me now guide you as to how an approach of Suez Canal is done. Once we are 5 nautical miles from the anchorage, we have to call the Suez Canal Port Authorities. They will ask us a few details which we give, and they come back with the anchor position. An anchor position is that position which I showed you in my previous video, or rather I'll show you now again. Here vessels are already anchored. This is an anchorage area, even this. So we generally anchor over here ships which have greater draft or maybe are very very big, like ultra big container ships. Now we'll proceed forward now.
Once you're there, Karan, you can walk out, starboard anchor to waterline, and once we get a bit closer, one shuttle in the water. I'll let you know.
Copy that, Captain. Also, if you're wondering if the engine was being hacked, no. The engine room is manned during maneuvering. So there's no chance that any automatic procedure or anything was being taken over. Once you have dropped the anchor, the Suez Canal Authority calls you and gives you a number in the convoy. The entire transit is done on the basis of a convoy. So big ships sometimes are in forward and smaller ships are behind, or however the Suez Canal Authority finds it suitable. And we are like the last container ship, and behind that we have the bulk carrier, and then there's all the oil tankers and bulk carriers, and in front of us we have like 8 big container ships including REEE Milan Maersk. So in my experience of transiting the Suez Canal multiple times, I have observed that it takes around 4 hours or 3 to 4 hours from dropping the anchor to heaving it back again to proceed with the convoy, especially for the mega container ships like the Ever Given. This usually happens in the second mate's watch because it's post midnight and the captain is called once the heaving up is commenced and the engine is standby at all times manned. So guys, it's 12:30 and that took a long time. The next thing is now the security guys will come on board, customs will come on board, then canal inspector, many things will happen, but that second officer will take care of. I will go and sleep because I have to wake up at 5:30. Then we have to do the Swiss transit. Already quite tired. I think you can see it from my face. So let's now go to the screen where I will show you how exactly the AIS track looked that night. This video is taken from the YouTube channel of Vessel Finder, and let's go. So first let's just have a look at the timestamp. It is 0130 UTC on 23rd of March, which is 3:30 AM local time in Egypt. You can see Evergreen over here doing 1.1 knots, probably drifting. Once the anchor is heaved up, the vessel usually drifts, but all the engine, generators, everything is standby and functional, so you can use the bow thrusters or the propeller anytime you want. So most probably the Ever Given was drifting, waiting for the pilots, and you can see she is doing around 1.5 knots, 1.1 knots, and the time is around 4 o'clock in the morning. This red circle, I assume, is the anchor coordinates given by the Suez Canal Authority. Then she realizes that she is drifting too close to the vessels already anchored here. She turns back using engines, 2.6 knots, 2.1 knots, then slowly reducing, and stopped her engine back to her drifting position. So there are two factors because of which a vessel starts drifting. One is currents, which are acting in the water. Other is wind, which is pushing or pulling the vessel. So over here, Ever Given, I assume, is getting drifted due to the currents or the wind, depending on the conditions. Now at around 0437 local time Egypt, you can see a boat, Mosaheb 2, which I assume is the pilot boat, is approaching various vessels in line. Ever Given is drifting using her engine in hopes of getting the pilot, but Mosaheb 2 has other plans, dropping off the pilots on the various ships. She now uses her engine, and slowly she realizes that there is a ship, Al Nasiriyah, which is approaching in, and there's a COSCO Galaxy here, so she cannot go to starboard. Hence she has to go to port, and this makes the funny picture, which has been a big controversy. You can see the pilot boat Mosaheb 2 dropping pilot to the COSCO Galaxy, and now she will approach Ever Given at around 0545, drop off the pilot, and then Ever Given will start proceeding toward her last voyage. So as you guys saw there, I personally think this was not something which was hacked and made. This is just how by chance the maneuvering was carried out in that funny shape. In my experience, to make this kind of a thing can be done in just 30 minutes if they want, but this took like 2.5 to 3 hours, as you saw in the timestamps. So let's cancel out this conspiracy theory and move on to the investigations. There have been several collisions because of this drifting near the anchorage area, where the ship loses control because of the momentum and then hits the other vessel which is at anchor. Therefore, having the engine ready at all times is the number one thing which has to be in mind. In the end, I would like to say, let's not jump to any conclusions or believe in any conspiracy theories, because the investigation is on. The voyage data recorder has been recovered, so the final findings will come soon. Do let me know in the comment section what you would like to know more, which topic I should cover. I'll try my best. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stay safe.